So first order of business on this job is to remove the side panel. This is the one for my crash. I still haven't repaired it yet, but that's a winter project and we'll get it taken care of. So hang around. So I like to take this screw out first, then work the 4 screws across the bottom and the back screw by the kickstand. Take those off first. And then the same goes for this side. With this upper screw out first, it allows the fairing to spread and the pan comes off easily that way. Okay, next we're going to take the side panels off. First thing you got to do with those is the Japanese style, bike style clip up here. 2 of them, 2 plastic ones. We got to pull those out, and then an Allen screw right in the center. It's kind of a bugger up there. I doubt you'll be able to see it, but I'll pull them off and show them to you. Turn the forks wherever you need to so you can get up in on it. There it is. Sounds like it breaks, but it's just popping free. I had put these, the Zuts, or however you say it, fasteners in here to make it a little faster than those crazy Allen screws. These front ones, I took the D-ring off them because they're such a pain on this particular model. They scratch the paint. I don't want anything scratching the paint on my race bike except for me. This is the Japanese style keeper I was talking about. Slides through a piece of plastic up on the nose, goes in this way, and when you press it together it snaps and forces the inside out, wedges it. Then you have to put a screwdriver edge right in there and just twist it and it pops it back out free. Makes it semi-easy to pop this thing off in a hurry when you're having a bad day at the racetrack. So now that we've got the panel off, we'll be able to see where the drain plug is on the water pump case, and we'll come to the other side. We'll just have to cut the lock wire for the radiator cap and take that loose. There is no need to take the nose off of this bike to do the antifreeze change or water changeover. Pulling the plug now. It's just water with a little bit of generic brand water wetter. It's not water wetter brand, but it does the same thing. Just kind of keeps corrosion at bay. So no water or antifreeze is going to come out until you break the vacuum with the cap on the radiator on the other side. I cut the safety wire on that side already. Okay, I'll keep that cap. Now she ought to come on. Oh, that's better. This model doesn't have big radiators made to go down the road or down the racetrack, not city traffic. It does not like city traffic heat. It will tolerate city traffic heat because so many of them were purchased to go to Starbucks to pose. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying, not hating. No kickstand on my race bike. Wheel stand out. And lay over a little bit, as much as you can. As you can see on these models, the radiator has quite a bit of space with tubes below the lower clamp. There's no drain on that radiator, so we're going to have to put in better than a 50-50 mix to make up for this space that is water, to make sure we have a good mix of antifreeze. So what I have here is a 1 gallon weed sprayer. I took the spray nozzle off, and that handle has a O-ring on the end of it, and it fits in the hole for the drain plug so nice, it's unbelievable. I'll show you here in a minute. This is what I've been using since I bought the bike new in 2007. This is just the slickest trick I ever came up with. Pretty proud of myself. I'll give credit to somebody else if they'd showed me how to do it, but I just figured it out all by myself. First year I tried to do the change out. What a pain in the ass it is, because you think you have to take that nose cone off, but you just don't, and I'll show you here in a minute. What I use also is I check to make sure I have a proper mix of antifreeze. It's just a cheap floating ball method. Get these for like $2. These little testers, wherever you want to go buy them. And just push them into the antifreeze, little bulb on the end, and suck it up in there. And it tells you how good it is for different temperature ranges by how many balls float. That tells me that I don't quite have enough freeze protection here in Montana. Plus, as we discussed, having extra water in the radiator that I can't get drained out without full disassembly, I'm gonna just top it off with some new antifreeze that isn't 50-50 mixed yet. This is the water out of the motorcycle from this summer. It's barely discolored. There's probably just a little bit of residue from the antifreeze from last winter, but mostly I think there's a little bit of rust. So I topped off my 50-50. I put about another pint of straight antifreeze in there. Okay, I got pumped up here. It's going to fit right inside there. So we're making progress. It's only been 10 seconds or so pushing the antifreeze in. You'll know when it's full because you'll hear it start spilling out of the radiator cap on the other side. Oops, and there she blows. You can see it dripping on the floor over there. We won't lose very much. So I'm not going to tighten that. I'm just going to screw her in finger tight because I'm going to run the bike for a few minutes and get any air bubbles or possible problems out so we have antifreeze mixed and no water pockets. So I only ran it for probably 45 seconds. Don't want to asphyxiate myself in this little garage. I'm going to give it just another shot in case there's a little room in there for more. Okay, I heard it dripping out on the other side. I'll plug it again, this time for real. So we got the antifreeze and the water in that low spot in the radiator mixed by running it a little bit. So we're all done now. I wanted to show you the clearance on this radiator cap. It's just crazy. That's why I came up with this method to change radiator fluids with the weed sprayer bottle. There's the hole I drilled so I could safety wire it right to there. So that's the job. I'm gonna leave the side panels off because I still have to service the bike for the oil before I put it up for the winter. I'm gonna do a little cleanup here. I'm gonna wipe up the antifreeze off the floor so no cats can get into it. And as always, I'm gonna throw my tools on the floor or wherever they were before, and that's my cleanup until my next job in here. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope I showed you an easy way. I know it was a pain in the butt for me to figure it out. I hope it works for you. Thanks for just stopping by. You know, while we're at it, we gotta just get this out of the way. We'll put it on the wall of shame. Some more of the embarrassing parts from over the years. Yeah, there we go. Matched set. Works good for me.